If you've ever wondered why life seems to repeat itself in familiar patterns, consider this. Perhaps it's not your thoughts, not your circumstances, but the way you breathe that is shaping your entire reality. Imagine this for a moment. The rhythm of your breath acting as the unseen architect behind every experience, every emotion, and every outcome you encounter. This isn't just poetic imagery. It's a biological, energetic, and quantum truth waiting for your recognition. When breath is left on autopilot, it echoes chaos. The shallow, fragmented inhalations of an unconscious mind mirror a fragmented existence, looping again and again in cycles of reaction and resistance. But when you reclaim your breath, when you begin to breathe with awareness, something extraordinary happens. You begin to access a dormant intelligence, a force within you that knows exactly how to create harmony, clarity, and purpose. This is the doorway, the invisible gate that has been patiently waiting for you to notice it. Not with the eyes, but with the presence that arises when you tune inwards. Hidden in plain sight, your breath is the key you've always held, yet overlooked. It's been quietly whispering the code to your inner power, waiting for the moment you choose to listen. Right now, as you take this in, something is already shifting. The very act of becoming aware of your breath begins to alter the frequency around you. It is subtle, but undeniable. Stay with this awareness. In just a few more moments, your system will begin to remember, not through effort, but through resonance. The creative blueprint you once forgot is already starting to awaken, like a melody you somehow recognize, though you've never heard it before. Your breath is not just a biological function, it is a sacred signal, a message from the field of infinite potential. Let it guide you back to the center of your being. Let it remind you who you truly are beneath all the noise. Don't turn away now. The real journey begins here, where breath meets consciousness and reality is reborn. And as this breath begins to guide you inward, you'll discover that it's more than just a silent rhythm. It's a messenger, transmitting invisible signals into the fabric of existence. Every inhale and exhale becomes a note in the grand composition of the universe, echoing through a field of energy that responds with absolute precision. This isn't metaphor, it's science. Deep within your cells, biophotons, particles of light, are constantly emitted, pulsing with the emotional information carried by your breath. These subtle pulses influence your electromagnetic field, shaping the frequency you radiate. The HeartMath Institute has shown that your heart's rhythm, influenced by your breath, directly modulates the strength and clarity of this field. Emotions shape breath. Breath shapes the field, and the field shapes your reality. It is a perfect feedback loop, a silent conversation between your inner world and the quantum fabric that surrounds you. When breath is erratic, disorganized, or shallow, your signal is blurred, unclear, difficult for the field to translate. But when breath becomes coherent, smooth, intentional, harmonized, you become like a tuning fork, resonating clearly with the blueprint of what you wish to bring forth. This is the difference between reacting and creating, between repeating and transforming. Unconscious breath keeps you tangled in past stories. Conscious breath writes new ones. Imagine for a moment that each breath is like a finger pressing gently on the keys of a cosmic piano. The melody you send out is the melody that life will return to you. It's all vibration, all signal, all language, without words. Right now, you can shift that melody. Try taking 3 deep, slow breaths, not as an exercise, but as a declaration. You are reprogramming space itself with your intention. You are speaking directly to the field that shapes outcomes, events, and encounters. Let your breath speak clearly. Let it broadcast love, balance, and clarity. With each breath, you are no longer a passive receiver of experience. You become an active transmitter, a creator not through force, but through frequency. The map is not outside you. The map is you, and your breath is the pen. From the moment your breath becomes the signal, a deeper realization begins to unfold, one that challenges everything you've believed about yourself. You are not your thoughts. You are not the endless chatter that echoes through your mind. You are the presence that sees, the awareness behind the words, the space in which thoughts rise and dissolve. This is the awakening of the inner witness, the one who watches without judgment, without needing to change anything. When you simply observe your breath without trying to control it, you activate this ancient intelligence, this sacred observer, who has always been here patiently waiting behind the noise. In that stillness, something remarkable happens. The thoughts begin to slow, not because you forced them to, but because your attention has shifted to a higher seat. You've moved from being lost in the storm to becoming the sky that holds it. This is the shift from confusion to clarity, from chaos to calm. Spiritual traditions across time have pointed to this state. In the East, it is known as Sakshi, the silent witness. In Buddhist practice, it is the Buddha nature, the pure mind untouched by the waves. In the teachings of Christ, it is the divine awareness, the mind of peace beyond form. All of them point to the same truth, that behind the conditioned mind is a vast intelligence that only needs to be remembered. When you breathe and simply observe, you are no longer ruled by the pull of thought. You become the one who sees. You return to the center. Right now, take a moment. Place your awareness on your breath, not to fix it, but to witness it. Let it move on its own. Watch it like a leaf floating on a river. No effort, no control, just observation. And from that still point, let this truth anchor into your being. Write it down as a vow to yourself. I am the observer who is awakening. Let that declaration become the seed of a new identity, one rooted not in reaction but in awareness. And as the observer within you awakens, a subtle doorway begins to reveal itself, not in thought, not in movement, but in the silence between. There, in the brief pause between each inhale and exhale, lies a quantum window barely 0.3 of a second wide. It is not measured by clocks, but by presence. In that sliver of stillness, you step outside the boundaries of time and enter the pure field of creation. This is the sacred space where intention is no longer clouded by thought, where energy is unshaped and waiting for direction. The ancients knew this well. In the mysticism of Egypt, this space was called the silence of Ra, the divine pause where the sun spoke not with words, but with radiant clarity. It is the same silence that exists within you now, quietly pulsing between each breath. When you inhale fully, then hold, not by force, but with gentle awareness, you begin to feel the edge of this sacred stillness. And when you exhale and allow the body to settle, you arrive at the threshold. In that moment between the breaths, where nothing is happening yet everything is possible, your purest desires are heard most clearly. This is not emptiness. It is a womb of potential, holding the seeds of futures not yet formed. Imagine it as the divine cradle of all manifestation, waiting for your energy to shape it. Right now, breathe with full intention. Inhale deeply. Hold gently. Exhale slowly. Then rest in the space that follows. Let your awareness drop into that gap like a pebble into a still lake. Do not seek to fill it. Simply be there. In that space, there is no effort. There is only alignment, no resistance, only readiness. Let your body soften, let your mind quiet. In that pause, you are not doing. You are becoming. You are stepping into the unknown with trust. And from that stillness, all things can emerge. Let this breath be your entry point. Let this moment be the gateway. All possibilities are waiting, and they are waiting for you. And as you step through that silent gateway of infinite potential, you begin to feel something ancient stir within the vessel you inhabit. Your body, far from being just flesh and bone, is a living temple, a sacred archive. It holds not only your story, but the stories of those who came before you. In the tension of your shoulders lies the burden of responsibilities unspoken. In the tightness of your chest, the echoes of love withheld or grief unexpressed. Your belly may carry the fears of survival passed down from generations. Your throat may hide the truths that were never allowed to be voiced. These are not just emotional patterns. They are biological imprints etched into your nervous system, shaped by epigenetics, carried forward like whispers through your bloodline. But this is not a prison. It is a map that leads you back to freedom through the breath. Each part of your body holds a specific frequency. Each area speaks a different emotional language, and breath is the universal translator. When you bring breath into the places that hold tension, you do more than relax. You initiate transformation. The breath becomes water, flowing through the halls of your inner temple, clearing out the debris of unspoken pain, washing clean the altars that have been waiting for your return. This is not about fixing. It is about witnessing, honoring, allowing the breath to soften what was hardened. Right now, place your hand gently on the part of your body that feels the most constricted. Maybe it's your neck, your chest, your gut. Wherever it is, breathe into it as if you were sending light, not just to yourself, but to the lineage that lives within you. Let that inhale be a message across time. Let that exhale be a release for all that no longer serves. You are not alone. In this moment, you are breathing for those who could not. And with every breath, you reclaim the sacredness of the space you call home. Your body is not the obstacle. It is the oracle. And the breath is how you listen. And as you begin to honor the sacred temple of your body, something even greater begins to unfold. You realize that your breath is not just healing you, it is influencing the entire field around you. Science confirms what ancient mystics always knew. Your breath creates a measurable electromagnetic field that radiates nearly 8 feet in every direction. The rhythm of your inhale and exhale becomes the signal your body sends out into the environment, silently shaping how others feel in your presence. Organizations like HeartMath have shown that coherence in your breathing patterns can elevate the energy of entire rooms. Researchers like Nassim Haramein and initiatives such as the Global Consciousness Project have revealed how subtle shifts in human awareness can ripple across the planet. You are not separate from this ripple. You are the beginning of it. Every time you breathe with intention, you are like a stone of light falling into the collective waters of humanity. Your coherence sends waves through the unseen. These waves touch your loved ones. They shift the energy of your home. They soften the world without words. What you radiate becomes what others feel, even when they don't know why. This is the quiet revolution. It doesn't shout, it hums. And your breath is the instrument. Right now, take a breath knowing that it matters, not just for you, but for the entire field you belong to. Let your breath be a blessing. Let it carry peace into places that have forgotten stillness. When you choose to breathe from presence, you uplift the frequency of your family, your community, your nation. You become a living transmission of clarity and calm in a world often ruled by noise. And if you feel this truth in your bones, if something inside you remembers why you came here, then let your presence be the catalyst. Let your breath be the message. Share this video if you feel called to help others awaken. Because when one person breathes in harmony, the world begins to remember how to breathe again. You are not just a person. You are a signal, and the field is listening. And as the signal of your breath ripples into the collective field, a deeper truth rises from within. The greatest power is not in force, but in stillness. In a world obsessed with chasing, fixing, and controlling, stillness becomes the most radical act. The breath teaches this. not by pushing, but by allowing. True breathing is not about making things happen. It is about becoming available to what is already waiting to arrive. Like the state of Turiya described in ancient wisdom, it is the fourth state beyond waking, dreaming, and sleeping, a realm of pure potential where effort dissolves and presence remains. In this space, you do not chase outcomes. You rest in your center and let them find you. Imagine for a moment that you are a mountain. You do not run after the wind. You do not plead with the sky. You stand, rooted, unshaken. And because you do not move, everything comes to you. This is the strength of stillness. It is not passive. It is magnetic. It draws in without demanding. It receives without clinging. When you embody this quality, your breath becomes a sanctuary. Your energy becomes a beacon. You shift from controlling life to dancing with it, from grasping to trusting. Right now, let yourself stop. Gently close your eyes. Let the world around you dissolve for a moment. And take a breath as if you are that mountain, solid, centered, complete. Feel the difference between tension and trust, between forcing and flowing. The more you soften into stillness, the more clearly life responds. You no longer need to shout to be heard by the universe. The silence within you becomes its own language, a frequency that says, I am ready, I am open, I am aligned. Let your breath ground you. Let it stabilize the signal you are sending out, and let that still presence become the most powerful declaration of all. You are not here to chase, you are here to become. And when you become still, everything finds its way to you. And as you root yourself in that still presence, a new clarity begins to arise, the difference between wanting and being. The ego desires because it feels incomplete. It reaches outward, hoping to gain control, to grasp what it believes will fill the void. But the soul does not chase. The soul expresses. It creates not from lack, but from alignment with evolution itself. True manifestation does not pull something toward you. It reveals what is already within you, waiting for permission to emerge. It is not about attraction, it is about embodiment. When you breathe from coherence, when your energy becomes still and centered, you gain access to the 0-point field, the silent source of all creation. In this field, the noise of wanting fades, and the signal of what is truly right for you begins to rise. Here, you don't ask for something to happen. You allow what is already resonant to become visible. You stop trying to control outcomes and start becoming the living expression of what you wish to see. It is no longer about forcing your way into a future. It is about recognizing that the future is already encoded within your frequency. You don't manifest from desperation. You manifest from truth. Right now, tune into that truth. Feel into the frequency that feels most alive inside you. Is it freedom? Is it peace? Is it trust? Whatever it is, breathe it in. Let it land in your body and declare it with intention. Write that one word in the comments below. Let it be your anchor, your declaration, your embodiment, not as a wish, but as a presence. When you live from this space, you no longer need to prove, to seek, or to compete. You radiate, you express. You become the invitation for life to meet you where you already are. So breathe with purpose. Stand in alignment. Let your soul speak. Through the energy you carry, you are not here to want. You are here to reflect what already belongs to you. And as you stand in the embodiment of your soul's frequency, something beautiful begins to unfold. Reality itself starts to respond. No longer are you pushing energy outward in search of results. Instead, you find yourself in a dance with existence, where your breath becomes both the invitation and the reply. This is the moment when co-creation begins to flow effortlessly. You send a signal through your energy, and life sends one back. Opportunities begin to appear without strain. People enter your path not by chance, but by resonance. Solutions arise not through pressure, but through alignment. What once felt distant now feels natural. This is not magic. It is the nature of an intelligent universe responding to clarity. When you no longer say, "I must make this happen," and instead say, "I am ready to receive," everything shifts. You move from control to collaboration, from effort to allowance. Your breath becomes the rhythm of this sacred exchange. Inhale, and you declare your presence. Exhale, and you welcome the response. Like two dancers moving in harmony, you and life become attuned. This is not about manifesting from desire. It is about receiving from coherence. It is no longer I create. It is I allow. I trust. I become. Imagine now that your breath is the partner of reality. Each inhale guiding the next step. Each exhale inviting the universe to follow. You are no longer alone in the process. You are supported by a field that mirrors your intention. Each day, you can begin this dance anew. Each morning, take 3 conscious breaths. Let them be your declaration. Let them anchor the energy you wish to embody for the hours ahead. With every inhale, remember who you are. With every exhale, invite the day to meet you in that truth. This is how reality breathes you back. This is how life becomes a living reflection of your inner state. And it all begins with a breath. And as life begins to breathe you back, a powerful realization anchors into your being. You have moved through a sacred sequence. From the one who simply observes, to the one who consciously creates, and now to the one who fully embodies. You are no longer reaching for your future self. You are standing in it. The patterns that once defined you, the loops that kept you bound, no longer match the frequency you now hold. You are not here to replay what has already been written. You are here to declare a new vibration, one that reflects the truth of your expansion. This is the moment to make it clear, not just with thought, but with action. Speak it from the center of your being. Say it with your energy. I no longer manifest from the version of me that does not match my current frequency. Let that statement be a line drawn in light. Let it be a vow to yourself to never again shrink into a story that was built by fear, doubt, or delay. From this moment forward, you move as the embodied signal of your soul's highest rhythm. And if you feel that shift already awakening within you, then let the world feel it too. Declare in the comments now, "I have returned from the darkness with light." Let your presence inspire others to do the same. Share this message with those who are ready to remember. Subscribe if you are walking this path of expansion and want to keep rising with every breath. Watch this video again each morning if you feel the call to ground yourself in this new vibration. Let it reset you. Let it remind you. Make it a sacred ritual. Create a habit that honors your new identity. Breathe each day as the creator you have become. Let your inhale carry truth. Let your exhale send that truth into the field. This is not the end. It is the activation. The quantum leap does not happen later. It happens the moment you decide that you are ready now. And you are.